What if I told you one of the most nutritious foods in the world is also at the center of one of America's strangest price shocks? I'm talking about eggs. Simple, ordinary, found in nearly every kitchen. And yet eggs are extraordinary because few foods deliver as much nutrition for so little effort. A single egg contains high-quality protein, essential amino acids, healthy fats, vitamin B12, choline for brain function, vitamin D, selenium, and nutrients important for muscle growth, metabolism, and even eye health. For athletes, eggs help support muscle recovery. For children, they support growth and brain development. For older adults, they can help maintain strength and protein intake. And perhaps most impressive, eggs are one of the most affordable, nutrient-dense foods ever produced, or at least, they used to be. Because in recent years, Americans walked into grocery stores and saw something shocking. Egg prices soaring, sometimes doubling, sometimes tripling. And suddenly people began asking, how did one of the cheapest foods become so expensive? To understand that, we have to begin with a simple truth. Eggs are powerful because they are efficient, and they become expensive when efficiency breaks. The first reason eggs got expensive in America was supply shock. Bird flu devastated the egg industry. Tens of millions of egg-laying hens were called to stop outbreaks. And when millions of hens disappear, so does supply. But people still want eggs for breakfast, for baking, for restaurants. Demand stayed, supply shrank, prices rose, simple economics. But that was only the beginning. The second reason is feed. Hens depend heavily on corn and soy, and when feed prices rise, egg production costs rise. Inflation, weather problems, global commodity disruptions all push costs higher. Then came labor. Farms paid more, processing costs more, packaging costs more, fuel costs more, shipping costs more, and every layer added pressure to egg prices. But here is where it gets even more interesting. Eggs are not just any product. They are highly perishable. You cannot stockpile eggs the way you can canned food. That makes shortages hit harder. Small disruptions can create big price spikes. Then consumer psychology made things worse. People heard egg shortage and started panic buying. Shelves emptied faster, supply tightened further, prices climbed more. Sometimes fear itself inflated prices. There is another factor many people miss. The U.S. egg industry is highly concentrated. A relatively small number of large producers supply a major share of the market. That creates efficiency, but also vulnerability. When disease hits major producers, the shock spreads everywhere, and concentrated supply often means disruptions move fast. Then there's the cage-free transition. Many retailers and states pushed for cage-free production. Better welfare standards often mean higher production costs, and some of those costs reach consumers. So why are eggs expensive? Because multiple forces collided: disease, inflation, feed costs, labor costs, transportation costs, supply chain stress, industry concentration, consumer panic, and structural changes, a perfect storm. But here's what makes this fascinating. The same food that gives extraordinary nutritional value also reveals extraordinary economic forces. A carton of eggs tells two stories at once. One story is health. Eggs remain one of the best foods you can eat, packed with protein, loaded with nutrients, affordable nutrition compared with many alternatives, a true superfood. But the other story is economics. That same egg reflects supply chains, agriculture, inflation, energy prices, consumer behavior, even geopolitics. That is why eggs are so interesting. They sit at the intersection of nutrition and economics, and maybe that is the biggest lesson. Something as simple as an egg can show us two powerful truths: how to nourish the human body and how fragile modern systems can be. So yes, eggs are incredibly effective for health, and yes, there are logical reasons they became expensive in America. But maybe the real surprise is this. One of the smallest foods in your kitchen can tell one of the biggest stories in the economy